The sun hung high over the Marine Corps base in San Diego, casting a bright and hopeful glow upon the motor pool where Gomer Pyle stood, his hands busy with a rag, polishing the hood of a vintage automobile. Beside him, Sergeant Carter watched with a mixture of nostalgia and relief, though his expression remained perpetually creased with his characteristic impatience. Gomer Pyle, United States Marine Corps, possessed a heart as wide as the ocean, and today he was bidding a fond, if slightly confused, farewell to his mentor. "Hey, Sergeant, something wrong with your car?" Gomer asked, his voice ringing with genuine concern. "Huh? Oh no, I am just giving her a last cleaning out before saying goodbye," the sergeant replied, wiping his brow. "Pyle, see this old rubber horse? Try and imagine it blown up, with money laying across it, and me pushing her around San Diego Bay, waving goodbye to the fleet. Yeah, that is when we were young. Pyle, look at this basket. Boy, I wish I had a dime for every picnic lunch bunny packed in this." "What is it?" Sergeant Gomer inquired, tilting his head. "Never mind, just throw it away," Carter muttered, though his eyes lingered on the woven item for a moment longer than necessary. "Sergeant, did I hear you say you was cleaning her out just before saying goodbye?" Gomer persisted. "Yep, as of today, the old bus and I have driven our last mile together. From here on in, it will be somebody else's foot on the accelerator." "I do not understand, Sergeant," Gomer said, looking perplexed. "I am selling it, Pyle. I am selling it to Sergeant Hacker. Boy, if this old car could only talk. All them drives Bunny, and me tickle on the ocean. Them hot days on the beach, when we used to crawl under it to get out of the sun. And the nights we used to park up on Lover's Lookout. I remember once when the horn got stuck, and they almost pushed us off the cliff. Yeah, the old bus could ride a bestseller, that is for sure." "With all those pleasant memories, Sergeant, why are you selling her?" Gomer asked softly. "It is costing me, Pyle. You know cars. They reach a certain age, and whammo, you gotta be a millionaire to keep them in gasoline alone." "You mean you are not getting good guy's mileage?" Gomer asked, his brow furrowing in thought. 12 miles to the gallon," Carter declared with a huff. 12 miles, I cannot afford it. Not an old car, and a girl who eats like Bunny both." "Sergeant, golly, if it is just a question of guy's mileage, I would be glad to look at your carburetor for you," Gomer offered with a bright smile. "Oh, no thanks, Pyle. Whatever it needs, let Hacker worry about it. Me, I will just take the $250 and I will look around for small." $250, Gomer exclaimed, his eyes wide. "Is that all? Golly, Sergeant, I sure wish I had known you was down there. I would have bought it from you in a second." "You?" Carter asked, incredulous. "Sure, what with me going into town to see Lou, and every free night. Why, I figure I could buy a car just from the savings of the bus fare alone," Gomer explained with simple logic. "Yeah, well, I wish you had told me, Pyle. I am afraid Sergeant Hacker beat you to it. Now, if you do not mind, I do believe you are keeping your wheelbarrow waiting. Well, I will see you tonight at the bus stop, Sergeant." "Hey, Sergeant, if I get there before you do tonight, you want me to save you a seat? That way, if it gets real crowded, you would not have to sit over the back wheels or anything," Gomer suggested earnestly. "No thanks, Pyle. Sergeant Hacker is gonna give me a left turn." "Hey, Vince, take it easy on my trunk, huh? You got the dough," Carter barked as Hacker approached. "All set, Pyle, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is 10. 10 is 20. What is this?" "Where is the rest?" Carter demanded. Yeah. Well, it is coming." "Okay, kick in," Hacker stammered. "Well, look, Vince, I do not have it all right now, but I will pay you the rest. Do not worry. $10 a week," Hacker promised.
"Oh, no."
"No, you do not, Hacker. Nobody said anything about buying on time. You want the car, it is cash on a barrel top," Carter declared firmly. "But Vince, you did not say that," Hacker argued. "Well, I am saying it now. No $250, no deal," Carter snapped. "Well, Vince, wait a minute." "I ain't got a minute, seeing as how I am keeping a legitimate cash customer waiting." "Hey, Pyle," Carter called out, changing his tone immediately. "Oh, hi, Sergeant," Gomer said, walking over. "Pyle, are you still interested in buying my car?" Carter asked with a sly grin. "Sure, but I thought you said Sergeant Hacker was gonna." No, he ain't buying it. You got the cash, the car is all yours, Chevalier, Carter announced. Well, I sure do, won't it? Gomer replied happily. Good. And you sure you got the cash? Carter pressed. All I gotta do is go over to the bank here in Noon Chow. If that is all right with you, Gomer said. Oh, yeah, fine, Pyle. That will be just fine. Oh, one more thing, Pyle. It is usually not a good idea to sell a car to anybody, in case something goes wrong with it. I mean, you know about the rotten mileage, so do not blame me, Carter warned, acting the part of the reluctant seller. Oh, I know, Sergeant, but maybe I can do something about that. I will take a look at the carburetor, Gomer said confidently. Sure. Well, see you at Noon Chow, Chevalier, Carter said, trying to contain his excitement. Oh. Hey, Pyle, Hacker called out. Hey, Sergeant Hacker, Corporal, Gomer greeted. Guess what, Hacker asked. What? Gomer replied. This car you did not want, Hacker taunted. Yeah, I am buying it, Gomer stated proudly. You are, Hacker asked, shocked. Just as soon as I go over to the bank. I am sure glad you decided not to buy it. Really was my lucky day. Well, I will see you, Gomer said, walking away. How do you like that guy, Hacker muttered. Sold his car right out from under me. I guess Gomer had the cash. Yeah, well, do not worry. I will take care of that, Carter. I will fix that Welsher, but good, Hacker vowed. Hey now. I sure would like to know what you're going to prove, Sarge, the corporal said. Hold it down. Boy, this is going to shake up old Vince pretty good. Okay, pour it in. You have heard of gaslighting somebody, have you not? But we were about to gas tank Carter right out of his skull, but it ain't Carter's car anymore, it is Pyle's, Hacker plotted. Oh, wait. Oh, Carter. Here is the mileage that Pyle beats. He is getting. Hey Pyle, wait a minute, Carter called out as Gomer drove by. Wait up, you driving into town? Carter asked. Oh, sure, Sergeant. Will you mind if I ride along with you? Carter asked. Well, of course not. Be my pleasure, Gomer said. Hey, it all really looks good. What did you do? Carter asked, eyeing the vehicle. Oh, just a wax cleaner's doll. After I stripped all the old wax off, the paint job was not half as bad as I thought it would be, Gomer explained. Looks good. Hey, do not forget to fill her up before you leave the base, Carter commanded. Already did that, Sergeant. Last night before I took her out for a test run, Gomer replied. How far did you go? Carter asked. Oh, I must have drove up and down the coast road a couple of times. Could not have been more than 75 miles, Gomer estimated. Well, I guess we gotta have to get us into town. All right, that is right on full, Carter noted. Well, I must be stuck, or something. I am telling you, you're gonna have to gas up when you get down for sure. I am sorry about the gas gauge, Pyle. You know, I would have mentioned it if I had known about it, Carter said, masking his deception. There is no need to apologize, Sergeant. I am sure it ain't stuck. Leave the gauges down just a little bit, Gomer said optimistically. I hate to be a killjoy, Pyle, but I know this car. It should be riding on empty by now, Carter insisted. Yes, sir, I will clean it up, please. Yes, sir, one way or another. I do not mind telling you. I am happy. I do not have to worry about it, Carter sighed. Yes, sir, my one big problem in life now is figuring out what I am going to do with all the money I am saving on gas, Gomer said happily. Excuse me, Sergeant. What is that? Carter asked. Oh, well, this is my car diary. I like to keep a record of things like gas mileage, okay, Pyle, just as long as you keep smiling, Carter said. That will be 64 cents, the gas attendant said. 64 cents, 2 gallons on the button. That is all, Gomer remarked. Did you hear that, Sergeant? The gauge ain't broke after all. Let us say 76 miles and 2 gallons, Shazam, Gomer shouted. Sergeant, you ain't gonna believe this, but I am getting 38 miles to the gallon, Gomer announced. Hey, Sergeant, may I come in? Gomer asked later. Pyle, Sergeant, guess what? Gomer said. Yes, what? Carter replied. I just had to come and tell you right away. It is about my car. I just had it filled up with gas again. And guess what? You are right back down to 12 miles a gallon, Carter said, trying to act normal. No, Sergeant, I am up to 45, Gomer countered. Why, you gotta be kidding, Carter said. No, Sergeant, I knew you would not believe me, so I had to make out a receipt. See there, 32 cents. Why, that car is costing me practically nothing to run, Gomer beamed. Yeah, Sergeant, are you mad at me? Gomer asked. Not you, Pyle. I am mad at myself. Stupid, stupid, stupid. That is me, Carter lamented. Oh, hindsight, no front sight. No, are you, Sergeant? Gomer asked. I got it, Pyle, but the fact is it is a lot tougher being without a car than I ever dreamed, Carter confessed. Yeah, well, not for me personally, mind you, it is Bunny, poor kid. Boy, I never dreamed bus fumes could hit a person like that all through the movie. She was toxic, Pyle, and the blisters on her feet. It just kills me to have to make her walk everywhere. Like the other night on the way home from the chiropodist, I had to carry her almost the whole way. Terrible, Sergeant boy, that is rich, ain't it? Here I sell you the car because I cannot afford it, and all of a sudden I am pouring twice as much money down the drain on door-to-door cabs, Carter grumbled. But, Sergeant, now listen, why should I stand here boring? You have a deal is a deal, right? I mean, it is my own fault that I did not look before I leaped, not that I can explain that the bunny's feet. You do not have to say another word, Gomer said. What do you mean, you want me to send you back to your car? Carter asked. Oh, no, I cannot do that to you, Pyle, Carter said. File, a deal is a deal. Well, I sold you the car and that is it. I just sold it back. Sergeant Carter, I thought you were in love with this thing, Gomer said. Well, actually, it was more for Miss Bunny's sake, seeing how her health was suffering her health. The poor thing was getting sick riding buses and walking, and the sergeant needed the car more, and he realized, yeah, well, your sergeant is one considerate guy, all right. I mean, how many guys would go against their better judgment just for the sake of a girl? I ask it. Well, that is the sergeant, all right, and the car belongs to him again right as of this very minute, Gomer said. Welcome to step number 2. Now that Carter owns the car again, we start siphoning the gas out, Hacker whispered. What is the matter with you? You want to get yourself killed? Gomer asked. Oh, hi, Sergeant. I just missed my bus, and I was just wondering if I was going into town, just like old times, Gomer said. Okay, I guess that is the least I could do for you. Thank you, Sergeant. I sure appreciate it, Gomer said. Do not mention, I guess. You need some gas, huh? The needle is setting right on empty. Wait a minute, Pyle. Didn't you say you had a full tank last night when you gave me the keys? Carter asked. Yes, Sergeant. It could not have been down more than a couple of gallons at the most, Gomer replied. That is what I thought. All I did was drive over to Harry's roadside rest and back. I cannot be more than 4 or 5 miles. I am going to be empty. Well, maybe it is the gauge. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, it must be the gauge. I just do not understand it. Sergeant, there I was getting 45 miles per gallon and you ain't even getting 12. Yeah, what are you supposed to do? It would be boys. You do not have to worry about the gas gauge. It works this fine. That stuff really clears up the sinuses, does it not, sir? But it is worth it. I would go around with gasoline breath for the rest of my life. Just to see the look on Carter's face tomorrow, Gomer chuckled. Hey, come here, I know what you're going to say. Sergeant, I know I am supposed to be raking up behind a Barack, but you see I swapped off with Private Blodgett on Count the Goldenrod. He did not speak up, but he has got this terrible allergy. All I am interested in is my car. Pyle, your ex-car, I want to know what is going on. Well, it is something wrong, Sergeant. I am wrong now. I cannot even get it started. That is how empty that gas tank is. Are you sure? I am positive. That is what I cannot figure out. I filled it up last night before I picked Bunny up. Let us see, we went down to the fish pier and watched them unload the tuna. Then we took a drive up the coast highway for a taco and a beer and back to the base. That is about 80 miles, and the tank holds a little more than 16 gallons, which means I am getting about less than 5 miles of the gallon. Sure does not make much sense, does it, Sergeant boy? I never should have let you talk me into buying this piece of tin back. Are you trying to say that you want to sell the car back to me? Gomer asked. Well, not if you do not want it. Well, I sure appreciate it, Sergeant, but I do not think so. Why not, Pyle? Last week you could not wait to buy it. Well, after you pointed out to me how I was hardly using it, I decided he was right, but I would be glad to check it out for you. Be more than happy to see if I can find the trouble, so help. Yeah, you do that. Well, hello, Charlie. Now that is what I call a real perfectionist. Vince, you won't be happy that you have this thing running better. Then knew, that is right, Charlie. It is just like I told Pyle, do not spare the horses. I want it tuned like a violin, a regular Stradivari, and you know why? Because I got ethics. When I sell a car, I want it fair and square and honest. I do not think I follow you, Vince. Well, I haven't posted the notice yet, but I got the car up for sale again. Oh yeah. I figured I would buy a new one after all. And, you know the kind of rotten deal they give you on a trade-in, perfect shape or no perfect shape? Yeah, well, good luck. Thanks. Not that I will need it. Hey, Charlie boy, am I dumb? I just remembered last week you were in the market, that is right, yeah, well, if you're still interested, I will give you a first crack. No, I do not think so, Vince, not if it needs all that fixing up. What fixing? I told you pile is toning, it ain't like something was busted. Come on, Vince, this is sunny California, I got my windows open. I heard you are ranting and raving about the crummy mileage you get, right? Right, that is why I got by working on it right now. Listen, I will even knock the price down a little if you want this conversation to continue. You will knock the price down a lot, like how much, say down to $100 even. 100, you gotta blow it again, huh? Charlie, a buy of a century and you're gonna blow it just like before, I guess so. Hold it, call me, you must have found the trouble. Yeah, wait here, do not go away. Hey, pile. Are you sure you do not want to buy my car? Well, no, sir, I really and truly do not. Okay, pile, I just wanted to give you one final chance, seeing as how I got the hat there. Pull me at the mouth. Thank you, Sergeant. Would you go ahead and send it if you can? And Sergeant, your pile, I have gone over with a fine-tooth comb, and I am sorry, but I cannot locate the trouble. Okay, pile, get back to your detail. Well, I did not find anything wrong. He does not even need fixing. Oh, good. Well, in that case, I will give you $75, 100. That was a while ago. Now it is an older car. Okay, but only if it is cash. Yes, well, if it is going to be cash. $65. 20, 40, 65. Oh, watch it, Jensen. You're sloshing all over the place. I am not sloshing, it is leaking. Okay, let us get the gas in the car and hide these cans before Carter gets back. You really think we will be able to figure it out? Let's not take any chance, Sarge. Hey, what is up, Vince? You change your mind again? No, I just thought I would bring you an extra set of car keys. Oh, you smell gas, I guess. No, I do not smell anything. Must be that new aftershave lotion you're using. I just the seal of bargain on the car. You sure this ain't one of them gagging, exploding ones? Boy, you certainly are a suspicious guy. Vince, you know that. You know something else? Yeah, you are ungracious. You are definitely an ungracious guy. I would hate to be married. I cannot blow up just like that. So what are you supposed to want? You think it is a gas tank? Maybe somebody left a cigarette burning in the car. Oh, here are the keys to your car. Sergeant, what? It is, I do not go on well. I do not know where you to prove or not. What, why tell me? Well, your car before it was my car before it was his car. Yeah, what about it? Well, it is my car again. Your car, you mean the car that blew up, the car that burned, you mean that car, that is right. Well, how can you be that stupid? You gotta be kidding to be so dumb as to let somebody sell you a piece of junk like that. But Sergeant, what are you, Mr. Nice Guy? Sergeant Hacker's car burns, so you feel sorry for him, and you buy it from it. That is not nice, that is stupid. Just plain stupid. I did not buy it, Sergeant. Well, you said it was yours. Well, Sergeant Hacker gave me $20 to take it off his hands. He is junk. Good. And you know something, Sergeant? This car ain't done far. You can restore a burned-out car. I am giving you windshield here, new upholstery, and give her a new paint job. Nobody will ever know the difference, so come on. And I'm gonna try and get her into shape. And if I do you think you might be interested since I miss Bunny cannot ride buses and fine? Well, if you are getting pretty good mileage, and the gas gauge works, what am I talking about? And so, the saga of the old car continued, a testament to Gomer's unwavering optimism and the sergeant's recurring lessons in the school of hard knocks. Through every twist and turn, the bond between the mentor and his student remained, built on a foundation of humorous mishaps and the steady, guiding hand of shared experience. As the sun set over the base, casting long shadows across the parade ground, Gomer felt a sense of peace, knowing that even in the face of mechanical madness, there was always tomorrow to fix what was broken, and perhaps a lesson to be learned along the way. The life of a Marine was one of discipline and duty, but in the heart of Gomer Pyle, it was also one of joy, friendship, and the enduring belief that every day, no matter how chaotic, was a good day to be alive, serving his country, and helping his friends. He knew, deep down, that he would eventually get that old car running just right, and when he did, he would be the first to offer the sergeant a ride, proving that kindness and patience could overcome even the most stubborn of machines. And that, in the spirit of the Corps, was exactly what a Marine should do. He stood there, smiling at the horizon, ready for whatever the next dawn would bring, forever the diligent, earnest, and kind-hearted Gomer Pyle, content in a simple, honest world, where every day was a chance to be a better friend and a better person. And as the stars began to twinkle in the vast Californian sky, he realized that it was never really about the car, or the gas, or the money, but about the moments spent, the lessons learned, and the people who touched his life, making it richer, brighter, and infinitely more meaningful. For in the end, it was the laughter that lingered, the quiet camaraderie of the barracks, and the shared journey of life that truly mattered, a journey he was proud to take, one step, one day, and 1 mile at a time, always forward, always steady, and always true to the spirit of the life he had chosen, a life full of wonder, hope, and the simple promise of tomorrow. The story of the car was merely a backdrop, a stage upon which the characters of his world performed their daily play, filled with the warmth of human connection and the gentle humor of everyday life. And though the sergeant might grumble and Hacker might plot, Gomer remained the anchor, the calm in the center of the storm, whose goodness reflected back on everyone around him, transforming even the most difficult circumstances into opportunities for growth and understanding. It was a life lived with purpose, guided by the simple tenets of hard work, integrity, and an unshakable faith in the goodness of others. And as he turned away from the motor pool, heading toward the barracks, he knew that whatever challenges awaited, he would face them with a smile, a song in his heart, and the unwavering dedication that defined the man he had become, a man who saw the beauty in the ordinary and the potential for greatness in everyone he met. The wind carried the faint scent of sea salt and pine, a reminder of the vast world that lay beyond the gates of the base, a world he was proud to defend and grateful to be a part of. And so, the day ended as it had begun, with a sense of quiet accomplishment and the gentle anticipation of what was to come, a reflection of the enduring spirit of a man who found joy in the simple act of living, a man who was, in every sense of the word, a Marine. And as he drifted into sleep, the dreams of his childhood intermingled with the realities of his present, creating a tapestry of memories and hopes that fueled his spirit, a testament to the power of a heart that dared to dream, to love, and to believe in the infinite possibilities of a life lived with honor, courage, and a deep, abiding respect for the world around him. The cycle of the days continued, each one a thread in the larger design of his life, a life characterized by the pursuit of excellence and the quiet dedication to his peers, ensuring that even in the smallest of ways, he contributed to the greater good. And while the car might remain a challenge, the lessons it imparted were invaluable, teaching him the importance of patience, the value of resilience, and the necessity of humor in navigating the complexities of human relationships. And through it all, his faith in the goodness of his fellow Marines never wavered, a beacon of hope in a world that often demanded more than it gave, a reminder that the bonds of friendship were the true strength of any team, and that with a little bit of faith and a lot of heart, anything was possible, even fixing a broken car. The horizon continued to beckon, a promise of new adventures and fresh opportunities to serve, to learn, and to grow, a journey that Gomer embraced with the same enthusiasm he brought to everything he did. And as he looked back on the path he had traveled, he felt a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the successes, but for the trials, for they were the crucible in which his character had been forged, the tests that had defined him, and the moments that had shaped his destiny, a destiny he was proud to claim as his own, a destiny he would continue to pursue with all the energy and devotion he possessed. And in the silence of the night, he found a quiet strength, a renewed sense of purpose that echoed in his dreams, a testament to the enduring power of a life lived with conviction, a life that would continue to unfold, one day at a time, with all the grace and dignity of a man who lived his truth, every single moment of every single day. For Gomer, it was never about the destination, but about the integrity of the journey itself, a journey marked by the laughter of friends, the support of his comrades, and the unwavering belief that goodness, like a seed planted in fertile soil, would eventually bloom, bringing color and life to the world around him, a world that was, in its own way, perfect, a world that he was proud to call his home, a home he would protect, cherish, and love with every fiber of his being, a world he would continue to serve, today, tomorrow, and for all the days to come. And as the world slept, he stood, a sentinel of hope, a man of character, and a true testament to the spirit of the Corps, ready to face the dawn with an open heart and a ready mind, a life lived well, a story told with sincerity, and a legacy that would endure, a legacy of kindness and the simple, profound joy of being exactly who he was, Gomer Pyle, United States Marine.